Let me walk you through the new ePDL Retrofit. Now, this thing is essentially a drop-in replacement for your existing Old Town PDL drive, right? And that is the story here. Old Town already introduced ePDL technology. Now they're giving the existing PDL owners access to that same power assist and cruise control technology without requiring them to purchase another kayak. Simply drop it into the existing console and go. Old Town calls it plug and play, and that's basically what it is. So now let me walk you through the specs. The ePDL uses a 36 volt, 6.5 amp hour lithium ion battery. And 36 volts is actually important here. Most basic kayak electronics and smaller motor setups usually run on 12 volts, right? And a 36 volt system can deliver the same power with less current. And this is going to mean smaller wiring, lower electrical losses. Now, that doesn't automatically mean 3 times the power, 3 times the runtime. That's going to depend on the motor and the battery's total watt hours. But it gives Old Town a higher voltage platform to deliver meaningful power from a pretty compact battery. Now, the battery weighs 2.6 pounds, and I'm using right now the 120 and the 106 retrofit version. Now, the drive itself is gonna weigh around 33 pounds. With the battery, you're looking at like 35.5 pounds. And the battery and the charger are included with the kit. So yes, heavier than your traditional PDL drive, which I would estimate at roughly just shy of 20 pounds, right? But that 35.5 pounds includes your pedal drive, your electric propulsion system, and your battery. Now, the installation, right? And this might be the biggest advantage of this entire system: 0 wiring, right? The only thing I had to do is clip on the spades to the battery, and you're good to go. You don't have a giant battery behind you, no cables running through the kayak, no holes in my kayak from drilling and running those wires, no separate throttle, right? No motor hanging off the bow or the stern or in your way. And there's even a built-in kill switch. So if you're someone who doesn't want to goof around with the wiring and just want an electric assist, right? Just pull this thing out, drop it in, power it on, and go. If you want electric power without turning your kayak into an electrical engineering project, this might be an option for you. Now, essentially, you have 3 ways to move your kayak with the ePDL, right? You got the manual pedal. That's it. Real simple. Just pedal. And that's only important if you like burn through your battery or the battery dies. You still have a way to get home that's not paddling. Now, second, you've got the power assisted pedaling with 5 selectable speed settings. Think of it like an e-bike, like you're still pedaling, but the motor is helping you. So if you have a long run across the lake, you can turn up the assistance, right? If you got a headwind, turn up the assistance. Let that motor help you. If you're in current, turn it up. And to be honest with you, this is where a system like this can really help reduce fatigue. Instead of burning a bunch of energy getting to your fishing spot, you can use that energy for fishing. Now, Old Town says the system is saltwater ready, which is the same as their PDL drives. And then you have motorized cruise control. Don't want to pedal at all? I typically don't. Just motor. Engage motorized cruise control, hit the button on the far right. It's really easy, and that's what I like about the concept, right? You got manual pedal, power assisted pedal, fully motorized propulsion. Got a heron, not happy with me right now. And now the obvious question, how much does that little 6.5 amp hour battery last? And according to Old Town specs, Cruise 1, right, non-pedal assist, 13.5 hours, Cruise 3, 6.5 hours, and at Cruise 5, full power, you're gonna get about 1 hour, but there's an important asterisk here. Those tests were performed with new fully charged batteries on flat water. So weight and wind and current and how hard you're running it are going to affect those numbers. So I'm gonna take this thing around and give you some initial thoughts after I have a day to play with it. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I'm out here and I'm using the cruise setting on the ePDL Retrofit, and I'm on level 1, and I'm oscillating between 0 and 1 mile per hour. So let's go ahead and increase this to level 2. Let's see if we can pick up any more speed. It's not a lot of wind out here, if any. All right, between 1 and 2. I'm up to 2 now that I got going. All right, let's go level 3. See if that gets me anything else. I don't have this kayak loaded down at all. Just a few rods, a little bit of tackle, nothing wild and crazy, no wind. I'm not moving very fast. My speedometer is having trouble to know if it's 0 or 2. Let's go 4. I would imagine this will get up to 3 here in a second. 2. Let's go up to 5. Oh, now that was significant jump from 4 to 5. I'm actually making some water sounds out here. There we go. 4 miles an hour. Top speed, it says 3.7. Now this may be off a little bit, but I feel like I'm going 4 miles an hour on Cruise 5. All right, guys, I'm going to do the room for improvement section that I do in all my reviews. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So if you turn this thing off, one of the things I don't love is that every time you turn it back on, you get this disclaimer. You get Old Town, and it says you're responsible for the safe and prudent operation of your vessel. This product does not relieve you from the responsibility for safe operation of your watercraft. Push the plus button to continue. Now the problem is you have to push that every single time you turn this on, and if you lift your motor up, put it back down, you got to do it again. So I hope there's some type of upgrade or you can connect wirelessly to this. I haven't seen if you could. That's just a little bit annoying. Also, what I don't love up here is the battery. Wish I told you a percentage, right? I'm on the 4th bar. Now, do I have 24% left or do I have 2% left? That's a big difference. I feel like I need to know, feel like I should know. So I'm not quite sure if that's updatable. Another thing I noticed that could be improved is, let's say I go up to level 5 and I start pedaling this thing. Watch this right here. And what you're watching is it disappearing, right? So it's showing me that my prop is moving. That's great, but I have no visibility on my battery anymore. It's just showing my battery consumption. And the same thing on Cruise. So obviously I know my prop's running because I can hear it and I'm moving, so I'm not quite sure why I need something telling me that the prop is moving. What I need to know is how much battery I have left when I'm running Cruise. Not telling me, and I wish it did. All right, guys, now we got to talk about the elephant in the room. How much does this thing cost? $2,499.99. Now, can you motorize a fishing kayak for less? Yeah, absolutely. That's not really the question. The question is, what are you getting for that extra money? The answer is simplicity and integration, right? You get 5 levels of power assistance, motorized cruise control, battery and charger is going to be included, right? No giant battery, no separate throttle on the side, no wiring. You're essentially combining your pedal drive and electric propulsion system into one removable system. That is what you're paying for. But here's the question: would you spend $2,500 upgrading the Old Town you already own, or put that money toward a completely new powered kayak? I want to hear what you think in the comments below. And if you don't own an Old Town yet, but you've been eyeing the Sportsman PDL 120 Pro, well, I got a full review for you right there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you out in the water.